Well, I finally made it back home after a week in San Antonio, Texas. But that is a rental car. This is a bunch of snow. Not a bunch, but a few inches. And so the travel was a little complicated, but we made it. The important thing is I gotta get this back before noon, and then we'll get home and see what we can make of a snow day. I'm glad to be back.
Dig Drive DIY!
Hey folks, this is going to be my version of not making a video this week. You know, I was going to take a week or two off and just take a break, and I kind of have. I haven't been filming, I haven't been working on any projects, so if you come for that sort of stuff and the big production videos that I normally do or try to put together, then I'm sorry, that won't be what this is this week. I was just gonna kind of recap what all happened. I was in Texas this week, so if you'll indulge me, that's what I had in mind. I was going to try to do this in one take, 6, 7, 8 minutes. I don't know, whatever it turns out to be, and kind of just share. And then that way I can stay with my pattern of uploading every Sunday, and you can follow along, even if it isn't something huge or overly produced. Anyway, as a lot of you know, I went to San Antonio this past week, and yes, thankfully I made it back, but that was a little bit hairy, and I'll share that later on. But Monday, I had full intention of kind of vlogging for the week and documenting what all happened, but well, I was off to a good start anyway. Today is Texas. I think I got enough stuff packed. I'm actually going to be doing some filming down there too, so it's kind of a work trip. But I'm going to go over and meet the guys at G&K, and then we're going to head off to the airport. So this is my first time I'm ever going to miss one of the girls' ball games. They have 2 basketball games this week, and I'm going to miss both of them. So that's a first time. You ready to go to San Antone? Half hour before boarding. Good timing.
And put away carry-on items. Place your seat in the full upright position. We will now collect any items you wish to discard.
But that's about as far as it went, because the week didn't turn out too eventful for me. We were down there for our annual Amplify conference, and this is a gathering of agronomists that use Brookside Laboratories. So the conference is a collection of all those consultants like we are, firms, individuals. They all come together and just have educational sessions and share ideas and do some awards and stuff on the last day of the conference. So that's what we were down there doing. And this year I was part of the crew that was doing the awards banquet, and I produced a video that was going to be presented at Thursday night's awards ceremony. So I was going to kind of work. This was a work trip for me, but the first day on Monday, I went to some of the sessions and participated in what was going on at the conference. But on the second day, I had to do some filming. And there was parts of this video that we made that I needed a green screen, because I was going to do this silly part where I was going to inlay the MC for the night's name was Aaron. And Aaron was going to present this video, and within it was a couple silly scenes where I inserted him into the movie Frozen. And we had went and interviewed 4 different Hall of Fame members. Brookside has this Hall of Fame. Anyway, but I ended up having to edit. I worked in my room literally all day Wednesday, and we shot another interview on Wednesday, and then I worked all day Thursday in my room. So it was uneventful. There wasn't much to vlog or much to document, and I got to thinking about it after the fact. I never set foot out of that hotel from the moment I arrived until the moment that I got in the Uber to go back to the airport. So the weather was kind of crappy, but so that was my 4 days in San Antonio. It was inside of a hotel room. I did get to watch the girls' game. So on Tuesday night, they had a game, and Kara was able to FaceTime me from home inside of our gym, and it was awesome. It looked great. It worked perfectly. What a time to be alive, right? So I'm in Texas, and I was able to easily watch a broadcast of my 7th grade girls basketball game from my hotel room being sent from my wife's phone. So even though I couldn't be there in person, I don't feel like I missed it, which was fantastic. So I'll give a win to the Apple iPhone for that one. I mean, I watched on my laptop through FaceTime. That was... All right, now to figure out what's for supper. I did go to all the meals. I did not skip a meal down there because the one thing they do well is feed you in Texas. They feed you well and good food. So I made sure that I was at breakfast, lunch, and dinner whenever it was provided. But yeah, it was pretty much uneventful. And then we got to Thursday night. And of course, this is what I had been working for and what I was nervous about. Trent had helped me edit some of these videos down because each interview was over an hour long. And we took about 6 hours of footage and condensed it down to about 20 minutes, which is what most of the videos are that I produce. They're actually more than 6 hours. Anyway, that's what my responsibility was, and went to the Thursday night banquet and played the video. Everybody got a pretty good kick out of it. I think it went off pretty well. So during lunch on Thursday, we got notice that our flight had canceled. We were supposed to fly from San Antonio through Dallas, then from Dallas to Fort Wayne. And of course, all that snow and weather came through on Thursday and Friday this week, January 10th and 11th. And so my flight was canceled. I was able to quickly rebook. And so I was going from San Antonio to Phoenix, farther from home, and then Phoenix to Chicago, Chicago to Fort Wayne, which is a close jaunt. Made it through Phoenix all the way to Chicago, landed in Chicago, got a text on my phone, your next flight to Fort Wayne is canceled. So here I was in Chicago. It's about a 3.5 hour drive from O'Hare to home. So to make a long story short, I wound up renting a car while I was in line at the Hertz counter. Someone else was standing there and he said, "Where are you headed?" I said, "Back to Fort Wayne." He goes, "I am too. You want to split a car?" Sure. So Josh, thanks for the ride, the conversation on the ride home. Josh jumped in the car with me. We shared a rental and I drove home from Chicago on Friday night. The weather was crappy, but it went pretty well. We made it in about 4 hours or so, and I dropped Josh off at the airport and actually picked up the rest of the G&K crew because they had landed at 10:30 p.m. So that was my week in Texas. So then I got back here Saturday morning, started off returning the rental car. That wasn't that eventful, but got it back home. We shoveled some concrete off. There's not a lot of snow on the ground, not enough that I'm going to worry about plowing the gravel, I don't think. But the girls did want to get the snowmobiles out. So I worked on that a good amount. Well, the girls want to get the snowmobiles down, which are right there. This will give me a chance to get this kind of cleaned up and organized anyway. I want to make those easier to get in and out. Plus, I want to have a place to kind of keep them for the winter. I need to move stuff around, so I'm just going to do this all with my phone. This is my easy button for making videos. It's just an update. And just a little bit of go-go juice. See if that makes her pop off. Got some corn stalks on fire under there. Oh, it's a mouse nest or something.
That's nice.
I'm glad you stopped because you said it smelled weird because it's, see that clump of grass in there that's burning?
Yeah, it started like smelling weird, and then I noticed that it was smoking, and I was like, that's not good.
Nope, that's not good. There's actual flint like embers down there.
You need gas.
It's got a big gas leak. Okay. Oh, that's the fuel gauge. New clear fuel line installed. I happen to have one in stock. We got it routed up through here. Fuel is right there. I don't know if you can see that. I want to make sure we get that grassy stuff blown out of there. Okay, this is cooled off enough now. I can get down in there. This is right below the muffler. That's what was on fire.
Ooh.
Perfect tinder.
Imagine if we didn't notice the gas leak and it kept burning.
Yeah, gas. Well, it didn't start leaking gas till we were putting gas in it.
Yeah.
And it got full enough to leak out the thing. But I'm glad you stopped when you smelled it. Anytime you smell it like that, though, if you stop and open the hood and you see fire like that, you can throw snow on it. The nice thing about snowmobiles, at least if you catch a fire early, just start pouring the snow to it. Okay?
Yeah.
There you go. You got it. Mud flap. They spent all summer with it like caught on the track, so it's stuck that way. Right over there to my mom and dad's. So my mom and dad live right there, and both my brothers, my one brother lives right there, my other brother lives right there. Troy's is right there. All right, everything's rearranged. I put Bruno over here because I'm not going to use him in the winter. Lawnmower, snowmobiles are on wheels, so I can get them out because this is just hooked up. I can pull it out real easily. And I'll put the skid loader in the shop. So snowmobile riding was a hit. We had just one breakdown and got that fixed up, got everything packed away, and here we are. That was easy. I stood here and talked for 8 minutes and 45 seconds. I don't know if I'll use all that. I'll insert some other clips. This might be a 10 or 12 minute video. Either way, I want to thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope that you liked it. And if I'm lucky, I'll see you in the next one. By the way, I'll be at the Fort Wayne Farm Show this week. If you're local in Fort Wayne, stop in there and say hi. Otherwise, I'll see the rest of you in the next video. Take care. This is going to be my version of phoning it in, literally, because I'm just using my phone. Well, this is going to be my version of not making a video this week. Welcome back. This is going to be my version of not making a video this week. I was going to try to do this in one take, and I don't know if it's possible. I don't know. I really don't know if it's possible.